talk about Star Soldier, I have to start at esports. I didn't mention it in the Star Force review because it was just a footnote there. Star Force was the game in Hudson's first caravan shooting competition. It was a competition that traveled Japan, and players were challenged to get a high score in a short period of time, usually 2 or 5 minutes. It seems like it was a success since Hudson did it again, and in the nearly exactly 1 year in between the release of Star Force and Star Soldier, something happened. The Famicom went from big to the biggest. And the second caravan shooting competition, and by extension Star Soldier, was a huge cultural phenomenon. How huge? Well, they didn't make a movie about Star Soldier and the competition. They made 2 of them. Running Boy is an animated film about a Famicom-obsessed kid who has his winning Star Soldier strategies stolen by his classmate and sent into a game magazine. It's hilariously bad, especially the scenes where he visits Hudson Soft and sees how they make video games. Game King is a documentary about the competition. It focuses on the struggle between the 2 greatest gamers in Japan of the day, Takahashi Meijin and Mori Meijin. I won't spoil how their competition ends, but both of them worked for Hudson, though only one of them got to star in a long-running series of games and got his own animated series. So Star Soldier was huge. The game itself? Yeah, it's a pretty good shooter for this era. Hudson's first original shoot-'em-up. But it does have one critical flaw that brings it down. There's no official given story for the game. In fact, Japanese players have wondered for years who the character on the cartridge is supposed to be. All you need to know is that you're flying into enemy forces with your ship, the Caesar. Not Kaiser, I'm following the katakana on this one. There are 16 stages that you shoot your way through, and a boss lies in wait at the end of each of them. While your ship does become capable of auto-fire when you hold down the button, it's at a pretty slow rate, and it doesn't start that way. I could see where it was heading pretty quickly, so after one game I switched to my trusty Hudson Joy card. Of course you'll want to power your ship up. To do that, watch for these P panels. When you shoot one, it releases an S capsule. If an S capsule's out and you shoot a P panel, the one that's currently out vanishes. Each S capsule you get increases your power slightly. The first one is a speed up. The second one gives you a rear cannon. The third one gives you a spread cannon and a shield. The shield protects you from bullets, but not collisions. If you get hit by a bullet, you drop down a level, but keep the shield. And the only way to power back up is to keep getting hit by bullets until you're back down to the base level with no shield, and then work your way up again. A problem with Star Soldier is that the power-ups are front-loaded. There's enough to get them at the beginning of each level, and no power-ups past the midpoint. Reviving works on a checkpoint system, so you either start at the beginning or you start at that midpoint. And that means if you get too far, then you have to fight your whole way through the stage on the basic shot. Fortunately, that's actually doable in this game. Even the slow ship isn't that slow. The biggest flaw in Star Soldier, and the one that makes me hesitate to call it an all-time great, are the trap zones. Your ship can fly under large terrain to avoid enemies. You do this by holding down the fire button when you're in one of the spots where you can transition to below the terrain. The problem is, as a shoot-'em-up, you generally want to fire continuously. Hitting enemies as they spawn in is a vital strategy. And if you happen to be shooting as you pass over one of those zones, all of a sudden you stop shooting. And when you pop out, you could be in serious risk. There's no good reason to get into a trap zone, and they actively disrupt how you play. It's a pretty bad design decision, and there's a reason why you never see any other shoot-'em-up do this. Naturally, the enemies in Star Soldier are nasty. It's a game that was designed to challenge experts, and as a result, you effectively have to memorize enemy patterns to do well. Especially considering these guys that zoom in from the sides, and if you're not moving vertically, or if you're not dead center, then you're dead about a quarter second after they appear. This giant face is pretty similar to an enemy in Star Force. You can destroy it before it forms. Don't hit it while it's in 4 pieces. Get in between when it becomes 2. You pretty much have to have a rapid-fire controller or some amazing button mashing skills to be able to destroy it though. Watch out for these blue balls. When you shoot them, they become an indestructible ball. I didn't find the bosses to be too difficult. Just shoot the core. Though in fairness, this game is hard enough that I didn't make a whole lot of progress. There are a lot of hidden ways to score points in the game. The secret Z panels are the ones you're most likely to stumble across. Every time you destroy one, their point value increases. But that gets reset if you die. In the finals for the Star Soldier tournament, the winning score for a 5-minute play was just under 1 million points. So it's possible to rack up a high score pretty quickly, but it's very challenging. I've got one more trick for Star Soldier. There's a hidden weapon on stage 6. I didn't get that far, but you can unlock it with this cheat code. Press select in the game after that, and your weapon changes to this laser. I actually found it to not be as useful as the regular bullets, though. I've seen people call Star Soldier the best shoot-'em-up on the Famicom, and I can't really agree with that. It is a huge step forward for the genre, though, and a historically important game. The series will go on quite a while, though no direct sequel winds up appearing on the Famicom. We will see next year's Caravan shooting game, though. I wish I loved Star Soldier, but that one decision with the trap zone just ruined the game for me. I love the sequels, though, and the games that it inspired.